All right, Shalom, Akim. Before we get started, of course, we want to start by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle, elders at Great Millstone who rule well. I also want to say peace, safety, and much love to the elect that's pushing out this word throughout the four corners, that's risking their lives to get this word out, man. And also shalom to the sisters. All right, yeah, we the brothers here from GMS ATL camp. Basically, start here doing the on location here at Stone Mountain Park. We not, we don't really have a general topic, but basically the spirit is on us to go into basically, it's not about having this truth or having this knowledge or knowing you an Israelite. It's about maintaining what you have all the way to the end. Okay, because this thing that we have, we've literally took a hold on to life, man. Okay, we found our life source. We've tapped into it. So now we got to make sure that now that we've tapped into our life source, we don't unplug from that. Okay, which we've seen a lot of guys do. Okay, Jake come in, and then after a while they detach themselves from the source of the power. And you gotta always have it in mind to maintain the spirit that the Most High gave you, and it's a procedure to go about even maintaining it. So we got a few precepts lined up on deck. Hopefully you brothers are edified. We start with Proverbs chapter 4.
All right, Proverbs 4 and 13. Take fast hold of instruction.
Right, the scriptures say, take fast hold of instructions. Go ahead.
Let her not go.
Right, let her not go, man. Okay? Meaning, when you come into the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, you're supposed to remain in the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. You're not supposed to go back into the world, uh, you know, act like you never even came out to the camp before and did the work.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't supposed to be doing these type of things, man. You want to keep her, man. Okay, you want to maintain that spirit, bro. All right, you don't want to get caught out there. It's wolves out here. It's sluts out here. It's all kind of tricks, okay, and all kind of traps and snares out here set up by Satan
Mm-hmm.
to try to extract that spirit out of you.
Yeah, and that's why the scriptures say, take hold on her and let her not go, meaning the spirit of the Lord. Because when brothers come into the spirit, they, like the scriptures say also, when you first come in, you come in with joy. You start to eat of that honey.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually it starts to get bitter. But even though it gets bitter, you got to remember at the end of the day, it's going to get sweet again, which the kingdom of heaven. But while we in the spirit, we're going to face all kind of temptations, different tribulations, and hard afflictions.
Yep.
But that can't deter you from the natural course. This is a roller coaster ride, like that word to be steadfast. Like if you driving and you're steadfast or you're holding fast on that wheel, it doesn't matter what would have happened, the circumstances, your hand is going to be tightly gripped on that wheel, man.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to be strapped in so that you'll be secure. But you can't unloose the straps and jump out of the car. That's foolishness, man.
That's right.
You got to ride this thing until the end. Whatever happens, whether it's terrain that's getting in the way, whether the road is slippery, whether it's a windy road with sharp turns, whether you have to speed up, you got to maintain. That's why with cars, you have to maintain a car. Make sure the maintenance levels is at a particular standard so that car can operate optimally.
That's right. Keep going.
Take fast hold of instruction. Let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life.
Right. So this is our source of life, like we were saying earlier. So you have to maintain it, man. You have to, like we say, in order to maintain the spirit, you got to do what's required of you. Okay? Take instructions, take reproof, deal in order. Okay? Pray, fast, deal with the brotherhood, keep up with the apostles and the elders. Okay? It's things that you have to do in these scriptures, and the Most High puts it to the test to see if you even worthy to continue to bear that torch. Okay, because like I tell you, we are the illuminated ones. It tell you that in the book of Baruch about us being the illuminated ones. Okay, so meaning we have the light. We bearing that torch. So you have to be worthy to even bear that torch. Okay, because if you're not worthy, if you don't measure up to Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, he'll take that light from you and send your ass back in the darkness. Okay, go ahead. That should be it. I got one for you though.
Okay.
This is 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 7. I have fought a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
I have finished my course.
Yep.
I have kept the faith.
Yeah, so you got to fight the good fight, finish the course, and keep the faith all in one. You know, you can't take one thing and just think that's how you're going to continue with just the knowledge. No, it takes knowledge, endurance, temperance, which Lord, we're not going to get that in Peter's next, because all that has to abound in you for you to continue for the long run. You know, and it takes reproof, it takes a lot of correction, adversity, instructions, offenses. All those different things have to come your way so that you could be a movable rock
to build your character.
That's
what it's about, man. It's really a thing of, this truth is a character builder, man. Okay, it teaches you how to take on the character of Yahweh Shai, which his spirit was left in his book in the form of words. His spirit was left in words, and once you tap into that spirit, okay, you have to recreate the way you think after. You have to mold your spirit after his. So you have to take his instructions. If you face with this situation, then it's a scripture for it. How you deal with it. If you face with that, and Jake don't go through with the proper procedures, okay, you can't go through things and do things how you want to do them. You have to do them according to what the scriptures say. Okay, so I'm gonna keep reading. All right, it says, verse 8. Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness.
Yeah, see that? From everything he did, that's when he received the crown of righteousness. And just like when the Lord said, take heed that no man take your crown, how do you take heed? By giving diligence, praying, fasting, making sure you're doing everything so you can stand inside of your lap. Because if you're not worthy of your position, the Most High X you out. Yep. You know?
And that's another thing you gotta keep it to consideration too. That you're gonna go through certain low points. Your spirit gonna be low, man. You're gonna feel like, man, I hadn't read as much as I should have, or I haven't been praying how I should, or I haven't been doing whatever. You know, whatever your spirit convict you of, you're getting into a low point, right? But then when you get there, what you do? You go back to the scriptures and you pray. You know what I'm saying? You fast. You go back to the understanding why it's even happening to you. Okay, nothing happens by coincidence. This is all just a test. Every aspect of your life is a test, from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. It's all a test. So when you encounter something that's uncomfortable, okay, or it's a situation that's out of the norm or that's uncomfortable, it automatically should kick in like, man, it's a test, man. This is a test. So you gotta deal with everything according to the scriptures. But sometimes you don't pass those tests, and then what'll come? A reproof. A reproof will come. Like, bro, you dealt with it this way. You probably shouldn't have dealt with it like that. But then you got to listen to the reproof to even go back and correct it so that you can stay back on that path. Because if you try to do anything outside of the spirit, man, the Most High ain't with that, man.
That's right.
You know, I'm going to keep going out. It says, henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day.
Right, because he was confident that he was able to receive that crown due to everything that was instructed him to do. When Paul had to get reproved by the Lord on the way to Damascus, you know, when he was blind, when he had to face all those temptations and adversities and stayed steadfast in the truth, he knew that he was confirmed to be one of Yahweh Shai's men. You know, whether even in his reincarnation, whether he would have to die on that side, he knew that it was confirmed that he was one of the men. So you got to have that same level-headedness and that same aggression in this truth to really want to measure up to the position of a prophet.
That's right. Huh?
You know, a prophet is deemed high.
That's a high office, man.
Yep. And it takes a lot of qualities and qualifications to even qualify for that position. You know?
So. Yeah, that's true. All right. But unto all them also that love his appearing, do thy diligence to come shortly unto me. And that's the thing, man. You gotta do your you gotta hold up your end of the deal, man. And in return, Yahweh Shemau Shai, he'll hold up his end of the deal. You know? So in this thing, man, you brothers just remember, like, It's not about where you at now. It's about where I'm at now and what the Spirit allowed me to have now. I know I have to maintain that through all kind of different adversities because we got a lot of stuff we got to get ready to go through, Akim. Just being real, and brothers that's in it, that's really fully in it, they know we got a lot of situations that we're gonna have to encounter. So we need to be using this time to build our spirit up to even encounter that, so that we won't even let it slip then. We can't lose the faith then either. So the things that we deal with and go through now is to help you maintain that light, and as you continue to carry that light, all right. Then what happens? The Most High continue to intensify it. That's why I said. That's why with the parable of the wise virgins and the foolish
Mm-hmm.
virgins. What did he say to the wise virgins? He said, trim your lamps. All right. So that means what? That he gonna your light increase, man. You know, and that's what the Most High is gonna prepare us for, to give us a surge in spirit. Cause that's what spiritual power is gonna come in at. But you even got to be worthy for spiritual powers, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, cause these are Yahweh Shai is gonna perform. Yahweh Shai is gonna perform miracles, and you gotta be worthy for him to even want to perform that miracle on you. You think the Most High ain't just gonna come bust open the sky, this magnificent, display in the heavens of the chariots and His glory, and you see the men having spiritual powers, but the whole time you've been dragging your feet, lollygagging and BSing, and you thinking the Most High gonna perform the miracles for you? It don't work like that. Hey, that go for me, because even me being in the flesh sometimes get weak and slip. Might not do as many videos as you should do. But you gotta fight. You gotta fight through that. You gotta pick yourself up and not fall to that spirit, man. Because you gotta remember we in the flesh, But even with that, we can't even use that as an excuse. I was in the flesh. You got to get rid of that. You got to let your spirit be over your flesh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You had anything?
Yeah. 2 Peter 1:4, where whereby are given us unto us exceeding great and precious promises, that by these you might be partakers of the divine nature,
Mm-hmm.
having escaped the corruption that is in the world through lust.
Mm-hmm.
And besides this, give all diligence.
Right. Go ahead.
Add to your faith virtue.
Right. See, so it says give all diligence. That's number one. It starts with diligence, man. Every time you turn around, I can't be the camp because of this. I can't be the camp because of that. Or you come to camp always late. You don't even try to get there on time enough. You get out there late all the time. You know, you gotta start with your diligence, your reading, your videos. Even how you dealing at when you showing up at camp. You showing up at camp. Are you even giving diligence at camp? Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue,
Mm-hmm.
and to your virtue knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
and to your knowledge temperance,
Mm-hmm.
and to temperance patience.
Right. See, so even with that, even with adding all of those characteristics, okay, on top of each other, you know, you got to add your faith too. All right, and faith is increased through adversity. Through afflictions. Your faith is increased when you go through certain things and you still like, nah, man, I still got to get to camp or whatever the case may be. Whatever you got to do, you battle through it. This is what it's about, man. It's not about just like, all right, I've been in the truth for 3 years, and you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man. The real game is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Game time is coming. Well, this gonna be the real deal. Where if you've been BSing and playing around, it's gonna show in game time. Go ahead.
And to knowledge temperance, and to temperance patience,
Mm-hmm.
and to patience godliness, and to godliness brotherly kindness, and to brotherly kindness charity.
Right. So these are a lot of characteristics that we have to add in our spirit, man. It ain't just all right. I'm gonna just make sure I go to camp, but then you always being a nigga, eating all the chicken, like Ariana and them say, you know, scooping up the ranch,
Yeah.
chicken fall on the ground, you pick it up, eat it.
Yeah.
Being a nigga, It ain't just you can't move like that, man. You know, in this thing, man, you gotta add the fruits of the spirit to your spirit so that you continue to endure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because if not, man, they gonna take over, man. I heard, I can't remember which brother it was, but I heard it saying, and the brother was like, man, don't underestimate these demons, man. They stronger than you. I think it was Yashawamba.
Mm-hmm.
Don't play with these demons thinking that you got them. Man, these demons, these demons know how to play on your spirit.
Yeah, that's why you got to pray to the Lord that you get them spirits off of you, because you can't overcome them by yourself. It's through the Lord's power. And that's why when you go through certain stuff, when you get proud demons on you, whatever type of demon you get, you got to always self-examine.
That's right.
All right, am I right? Before I even express words to anybody how you feel. Because it's not about how you feel. It's about you doing what's right in the scriptures, in the spirit.
That's right.
But says, and to brotherly kindness, charity. For if these things be in you and abound, they make you that ye shall neither be barren nor unfruitful in the knowledge of our Lord Yahweh Shah.
You see that? So you will always produce. You will see growth in your spirit. But it starts with attacking those problems within yourself and, you know, praying. You got to pray demons off you. Some demons you got to fast off, man. You know? And you got to work demons off of you too. Read, you know, pray.
Change your bad habits to good
right.
habits.
Yeah, like the brother said, forming good habits about yourself. You know, you got to add to your spirit, man, because if not, then them demons they gon' you know, overcome you, and then you're gonna end up getting led astray based on how you feel or your own way of doing things, and that means you didn't end up fumbling, man. You didn't fumbled the spirit, you know. So you gotta you know, follow these instructions that the apostles is putting out for us to do, and that you know, the camp heads and the elders and all the rest of the, you know, brothers that seasoned in the spirit give out certain orders and instructions and things like that. That you gotta learn to take them, man, and not want to do them your own way, man. Because I'm telling, in this truth, man, in this truth, you really have to show the Lord through actions. You know, you got to show Yahweh Ba'Shem Shah that I'm not just talking about it. Like I'm living according to your word. That's how you prove yourself worthy, man. You have to get away from your own personal feelings and your own emotions, and you have to handle situations according to how Yahweh Shah would have handled it.
I think be rational.
That's right. You got to be rational, man.
I got a little bit more.
Okay.
But he that lacketh these things is blind, and cannot see far off, and have forgotten that he was purged from his old sins.
You see? So you forgot. You end up forgetting your old ways and thinking like, yeah, I'm good now. When you ain't, you know, read that part again.
Wherefore, Slack it. But he that lacketh these things is blind, and cannot see far off, and have forgotten that he was purged from his old sins.
That's right. It said you cannot see far off. So you letting the real goal slip you, man.
Mm-hmm.
The goal we trying to do is fight our way out of America by using the spirit of Yahweh Shah and clinging unto him. We fight our way out of America and we get to the kingdom of heaven. But somewhere along this path, you guys forget that. That's what these undesirables do. They forget that. And they start, man, you know, when the whole situation went down with the apostles during the year 2000 situation.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of guys forgot that you still got to get out of America.
Yep.
So they just went right back into the ways of death.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta make sure that you mission focused, you mission ready, and and as you know, you got some you know, time on your hands. You got to be doing spiritual exercises, man, to strengthen that mind, strengthen that mind frame.
Verse 10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure.
And that's it. That's one of our favorite scriptures here. It says, "Give diligence to do what?"
Give diligence to make your calling and election sure.
You wanna make it sure, man. If you unsure about certain things within your spirit, as a right. You gotta do a spiritual analysis of yourself, man. Only a man. You are your best critic. You are your worst enemy, and you are your best critic because you know those little things about yourself that's not right that need to be tweaked. So you got to zone in on that, and you got to fix those problems. So therefore, going into the day of tribulation, you'll be comfortable, like, I'm built, like I'm gonna go through whatever I need to go through. You don't want to have no skepticism about yourself, man. You want to make it sure. Go ahead.
For if you do these things, ye shall never fall.
Yeah, if you do these things, you will never fall, man. You do what's instructed of you through the Spirit. Start, with even with the ancient prophets. The prophets even set out outlines and certain things for us to do and maintain for the times now, and we gotta follow those instructions, man. Those orders. Okay, is there more?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, I got one for you. This is Hebrews chapter 10, verse 23. It says, "Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering."
See that? Let us hold fast our profession. It says without wavering. Because you can't be moving in all directions in this thing. It's one path to get to this. That's why scripture say do nothing without advice. Anything you move, any action you move suddenly, you got to make sure you're ready to enter into that environment, because it can either make you or break you. And that's why the best bet and the truth is just to fall back, be just a lowly brother until you figure really things out on how you should move in a certain way, knowing if this is the proper decision, if this is the right thing to do. How should I be with anything so that you can continue for the long run.
That's right.
Self-examination, all of that is important to get to the goal. If you think of these professional, like it says about the profession too.
And I got the word for profession.
Okay. Well, you can read that and I'll just.
Well, you was about to make a point about the athletes.
When you look at these athletes, these professional athletes, you see like Mayweather or these high up people in high positions. It took a lot of self-examination, a lot of critical work, a lot of critical thinking, a lot of coaching, discipline practices,
adversity,
sacrifices. They had to sacrifice going out to the club and different things like that. Injuries.
Yep.
Fighting through so that they could be the perfect athlete, so that they'll be deemed professionals.
That's right. I got the word professional here, the Greek word. So turn my volume up.
Strong's G 3671. Homologia.
All right. And the definition reads profession, and it says subjectively whom we profess to be ours. See? So who do we profess to be our Lord? Yahweh Bashem our shot. So it says what? Let us hold fast the profession. Meaning we supposed to constantly be professing to the world who is our Father until he come back and get us. So you can't just come around, okay, for an X amount of time and then just don't speak about Yahweh Shai. Don't deal with the body, nothing. It don't work like that, man. But you don't have to believe us. We just bringing the scriptures out. The Most High show you. Okay, it says, "Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering." All right, meaning you have to be rooted. You have to be firmly planted in this truth, man, to where nothing can shake it away from you. Nothing should be able to remove you from this truth, man.
You got to have that tree stump mentality, man. You got to be stubborn for righteousness.
That's right.
Like, nah, this is it. I'm with this. Whatever spirit talks to you in your mind and tries to bring up false reasoning among close-knit brothers that you already seen organically in the spirit. You can't listen to those little, that little mess, man. The murmuring spirits that be murmuring in your mind, man. You got to purge them out.
Yeah, because it happened to all of us. The things that we talking about, the only reason we're even able to talk about it on this level is because it has happened. It's happened to the apostles, the elders, all the brothers, the top camp brothers, the elders of the camps, the second in commands, third in commands, and brothers that's been around and been going through things in this truth that's still laboring. we've gone through certain things to where that, or they gone through certain things to where they can express it to you. So when it come to you, you would know how to deal with it. But Jake, they bug out. They bug out. You know. Now, verse 24, and let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works.
Yep.
And that's what we do. Sometimes through a reproof, that's provoking, man. That's provoking a brother to get himself together, man. Whether it's a comely reproof or whether it's a hard reproof. No matter how it come, it's still to provoke that brother to get himself back in line. And you gotta accept that. You gotta learn to roll with the spirit.
Take an increase from that.
Yeah, because you don't want to fumble this thing. You can't be too loose with this truth. Like if you got the ball, if you running the ball, the coach tell you the ball got to be tucked and put away, protected, because there's all kind of people trying to get that ball away from you. Well, the same thing with this truth. You can't be maneuvering with this truth any kind of way. You got to have a level of integrity and being rooted with this truth to where nothing can take it away. Okay, so therefore you have to get provoked. You have to, and we do it to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all that was on that scripture.
Yeah.
You had one?
Yeah, I had Isaiah 62:1. For Zion's sake will I not hold my peace, and for Jerusalem's sake, until the righteousness thereof go forth as brightness, and the salvation thereof as a lamp that burneth.
So that's what we're trying to do, and it says for Zion's sake and Jerusalem's sake. Because at the end of the day, we're pushing for the greater purpose. The bigger matter is for us to receive salvation from the Lord and to purge out those old ways so that we're deemed clean.
Yep.
And to wake up the elect so that we can get the hell up out of this kingdom and get out of these shackles that this white man put on us, man.
That's right.
Putting everything back in its rightful order, man. It's not a person. It's not a camp contentions. We're not in it to figure out certain stuff about other camps and stuff like that. We're trying to work out our own salvation and get to the bigger picture, and everything else. That shit is whatever, man. It's really crap.
It's vanity.
Yeah, vanity is gossiping in the rumors.
It ain't got nothing to do with my salvation. But when those matters come, you got to know how to deal with it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't deal with it the right way, it's not gonna conclude it's not gonna be too good for you. But then even with that, it's like, hey man, well, whatever.
Yeah.
I know that right there is not what's gonna get me, on a chariot. So then that's why you got to be mission focused.
Mm-hmm.
Jake get Jake on the battlefield and shooting the AK and get distracted by a woman screaming over here, like, you all right? Next thing you know, you get caught, you get dome checked because you ain't mission ready, man.
Mm-hmm.
If you was in the, if you heard it, you'd be like, and you get right back to it. That's how you got to be in this truth. You got to be spiritually, focused, man. You can't let them distractions come and sweep you away. You got to get back to the basics. So I'm gonna get one more scripture, unless it was more to it.
Yeah, that's really what I had. I'll read a little bit more on that. Verse 2. And the Gentiles shall see thy righteousness, and all kings thy glory, and thou shalt be called by a new name, which the mouth of the Lord shall name. Thou shalt also be a crown of glory in the hand of the Lord, and a royal diadem in the hand of thy power. Thou shalt no more be termed forsaken, neither shall thy land any more be termed desolate, but thou shalt be called Hephzibah, and the land Bula, for the Lord delighteth in thee, and thy land shall be married. That's all I have.
All right, Con. This is Revelations 3:11. It says, behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown.
Yeah, because the Lord is moving quick. So you gotta move quick. You gotta really have a quick mentality about yourself. Not slothful in business, handling your business in the truth, knowing where the gold is at, and digging in it, man. Because just because you see these scriptures, this is the truth. If you're not into it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You gotta really get into it. You gotta dig for the buried treasure, so to speak, and know how to apply that in your spirit so that you become wealthy. That's how you invest. To put all this inside of you. To put it inside of your vesture You know, so you'll walk a certain way. You'll be diligent, constant in His truth. You'll have a momentous mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you do, you just push, push, push.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, like a human locomotive, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or a juggernaut.
Yeah,
That energy can't be disrupted.
It can't penetrate you.
Mm-hmm.
Cause no matter what you gonna have family members gonna say shit. You'll try to drag your name through the mud. People gonna always wonder like, what is it that he do though? Like what, you know? People gonna be like, yeah, it's a lie. Still ain't gonna stop us from going out. It still ain't gonna stop us from believing. You gotta be, you know, if this brother so happened to offend me about something, you know, I'm gonna have to deal with that according to the scriptures then. So yeah, so what's the problem? You know, is there a problem, a situation, whatever we need to talk about? Well, let's get everything out on the table, hash it out, and keep moving. Simple instructions, you know. But Jake like to deal with things in their own way, and it does not end right.
Yep.
It's not gonna end right because that demon it has opened up another portal for other demons to come in.
Mm-hmm.
So more demons are going to come in. But if you would have used the spirit to chop that demon, then that's another part of your spirit that's closed up.
Mm-hmm.
You got rid of that demon. Then you just getting rid of demons, and you allow more of his spirit to come in to where unclean spirits can't even come in your spirit no more. Cause you just that
They ain't got no. They don't have no access points.
They don't have no access point. But if you feed into them demons can rest there and they can invite more spirits into yours. And ultimately, that's when you start seeing guys going off in the doctrine. You know, guys start losing steam. You know, you start seeing judgment coming to them, all because they feel like that they feel like we did it the right way.
Yep.
So, you know, in this thing, man, just remember, brothers, it's not about having the truth and, you know, and knowing the truth and knowing you an Israelite and knowing the white man, the devil, and knowing certain breakdowns. That's not what this truth is about. Yes, that's a part of it, okay? But it's about maintaining that and dealing with order. It's about maintaining that spirit and cleansing and continuing to endure.
Yeah,
so you can get that crown. You got to close the scripture?
Yeah.
All right, come.
This is Colossians 3:5. Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscence, and covetousness, which is idolatry. For which things' sake the wrath of the Most High cometh on the children of disobedience, and the which ye also walked sometimes, which ye lived in them. But now also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. Lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him.
Which is what we was just saying. This is exactly what we was just saying. That old man is what? That old nigga, that old demon you used to be, man. That's the old man. How you would handle situations back when you was in the world. I'm used to doing stuff like this. I'm from here. I did this. I feel all that I shit. You got to remove that, man.
That's the ego.
That's the old man. You got to put on the new spirit, and which is Yahweh Shai. It ain't about how you would deal with something or how you feel. It's about how would Yahweh Shai, what kind of spirit would he come in if he was faced with this situation. And the only way you're going to even be able to maneuver like that is you have to know his spirit. You have to know them words. You got to get that diligence. You know? So you wanted to add anything to that?
No, that was perfect. No.
Yeah, so, you know, brothers, with that, man, you know, hopefully, you know, sincere brothers were edified, man, you know, until the next lesson. I want to say shalom.